Hey YouTubers, Vegas Cyclone Freak here. Today I'm just going to do a quick little music related video about my Strat here. It had tuning issues, and I found a really simple way to fix that without having to spend basically any money. I saw this Strat hanging up in Guitar Center. It's a 2005 made Mexico Strat. It's kind of basic, I guess, Jimi Hendrix Strat, and it's like in perfect condition. There's like no dings or anything. I just had to do a little bit of setup work to it and get it to play like I wanted to. And a friend of mine had sent me these Seymour Duncan pickups here that I put in, and it sounds really nice. And I did another mod to it where I took the lower tone control and made it a push-pull pot so I could have a bridge on switch, so when that's pulled out I can have either all three pickups on or bridge and neck only, which gives me kind of a Telecaster like sound. It's a really sweet playing guitar. It's kind of like I play it quite a lot, and I've got more expensive guitars. I just like this one a lot. It's got a nice sound and everything. So basically my problem was that with any use of the whammy bar, I just would have the B and E string, the skinniest strings there, just go out of tune. Not a lot, but just enough to make your, you know, if you're playing a chord, for it to sound off. Like if you're, say, playing a G5 or something, or D would be really noticeable. And so I did all the traditional things, you know, like trying to, you know, I went up here to the bridge, I'm sorry, the nut, and I put graphite in the slots, and I tightened up the screws in the tuners, the screws on the top there to make them tighter. And I went and took this little string guide, and I like tried to file the inside so it was all smooth, and it still would go out of tune. And so the next thing I tried was on a different Strat. I had to what I found happened was the trem block under the saddle plate had gotten loose. There's three screws under the saddles there that holds that on, and it was really loose. So whenever I used the whammy bar, you know, it would just go out of tune because that trem block would move around a little bit, and stuff was loose and it just was not staying in tune. So what I did is I had to take off all the saddles, tighten those three screws down really tight, and then put all the saddles back on, re-intonate the guitar and everything to get it, you know, in tune. And it actually was staying in tune pretty well after that. This guitar, however, I did the same thing, you know, took off all the saddles, tightened the screws, and it was still going out of tune on me. So just recently I was thinking, well, okay, I tried all that stuff, none of that worked. So maybe the saddles themselves are moving around, and this seems to be precisely what was happening. So what I ended up doing was really simple fix. I just got a long zip tie, and I wrapped it around the saddles, underneath and over the top. And actually it's two zip ties, but and then I cinched them together so that they're, you know, tight, all tight next to each other, and that seems to have done the trick. So I don't know, what's that, maybe if you're to buy them individually, like like 10 cents maybe. So let's say I spent 10 cents to, you know, put these zip ties on here, and now it stays in tune really nice. I mean, I can do much, you know, I'm not a really aggressive whammy bar user, but you know, I can get pretty aggressive, and the guitar stays in tune really well now. So, simple fix. Now, if you look at like the, I guess the New American Standard Strats, these saddles here are like squarish. They're like rectangular blocks, and they're not these stamped steel saddles. So I'm assuming that probably their R&D department noticed that, hey, if we square these things up, these saddles won't move around and it'll stay in tune better. So, but you know, you don't have to go through the expense of like, oh, maybe I should get a new bridge or put rollers here on the string guides and get some kind of fancy nut. You don't have to go through all that stuff. I mean, you can spend 10 cents, put a couple zip ties around those saddles, cinch them up so they're tight, and your guitar is going to stay in tune a lot better. I also did try, you know, putting more tension on the springs, the trem strings in the back, to put more tension on the G, B, and E strings, but you know, that wasn't doing the trick, but this did the trick. So hopefully this will help someone out there. If you're having a problem with their Strat staying in tune, try this simple little fix, you know. And the other thing, of course, is when you put a new set of strings on, make sure you stretch them good, so you know, they're not going out of tune just because they haven't been stretched out. So the next video I'm going to do that's music related is on my Octal Fatness amp here, which is a completely scratch built amp, except for the chassis. Someone had sent that to me. It was a cheap solid state amp, and I built everything around that little chassis. It's a really great sounding little amp, and I'm going to go through all of it in detail on my next music related video, which probably be, oh, I don't know, maybe within the next week I'll have this video up, and I've got some more cycling ones coming up as well. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you the next time.